And joining me in studio is Clayton Bellany. How you doing, Clayton?
Ow! I'm doing good. I'm all hopped up on caffeine. I don't know what you put in this coffee. It must have been a triple shot.
Well, it had to be a little something there. Well, Clayton's going to join me in studio here. We're going to talk about your new CD, which is available today at all Walmart stores. We're going to talk about you and the Road Hammers, because you used to play with them. And you've got a couple Fort McMurray stories you want to pass along.
I got some good ones about good old Fort Mac. So,
all right. Well, that's cool. Clayton is going to be joining me here in the Country 93.3 studios. Plus, you're going to play a couple tunes, right?
Sure.
All right. We're going to hear his new tune. This is Everyone's a Dreamer. Clayton Bellany on Country 93.3. How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. You know, I never get sick of hearing that song on the radio. I was like, yeah, I did
it. Well, this isn't your first rodeo either. I mean, you cut your teeth here at Fort McMurray, which is a story I want to get into a little later. But let's face it, you were in the Road Hammers. You guys were massive.
You know, we were really blessed with that band to be, to this day, we're still the top selling, biggest selling Canadian country band in Canadian history.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I would say so. Now, I'm going to ask, is there any chance ever of a Road Hammers reunion?
Well, me and Jason we're supposed to meet this summer, and we're going to leg wrestle over it, and whoever wins gets to decide. No. You know, the Hammers we actually played one show last year in Newfoundland at the George Street Music Festival. But the Hammers are kind of in a bit of a legal battle right now. We're trying to, our record label in Nashville went belly up. They went bankrupt, and unfortunately it was owned by a bunch of lawyers, and those lawyers now have control of some things, and we are in a legal battle and trying to sort all that stuff out. But, you know, the bands, we still get along, and we still want to be Road Hammers, and hopefully in the near future that will come to pass. But right now, everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Chris is playing with George Canyon.
Yeah, he was here last summer, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and Jason just released a solo record that just got nominated for a Juno. And I'm on the solo artist path as well with this new record.
All right. So let's talk about the new album. Everyone's a Dreamer. You actually work with the Northern Lights education. How's that work?
You know, I got asked to be the ambassador for this music program at the Northern Lights School Division last year. And out of that, I went and spoke to some kids, 600 of them actually, grade 9 students, about following their dreams. And everybody loved it. It went off great. And the teachers were like, hey, you should do this more. You should do this all the time. And so I kind of took that idea and I went home. And out of that came the song, Everyone's a Dreamer. And also this program that I developed with some teachers, all about inspiring kids to follow their dreams, to do what they love so they'll never have to work a day in their life. And we took that and made a tour out of it. And in March, I went and saw over 4,000 kids, 16 schools in 5 days. We filmed the whole thing, and it was crazy, man. Those kids were on fire.
Now, is this something we're going to be able to see on CMT, or is this going to be on your website, or how can we see this?
Well, it's in development right now, but if you go to ClaytonBellamyBand.com, you can see some footage, and you click on speaking. There's a little tab up there, and you can see about a 3-minute video that we've put together, just kind of talking about what the program is about. And, you know, because I wanted this to carry on and go to as many schools and visit as many kids as I can. So,
and that's live in studio. Clayton, that was an awesome tune. Is that on the new CD?
That is on the new record. You know, that was inspired by a story about a survey they did in the late 60s, early 70s about the average age of the kids being sent overseas to fight in Vietnam. And you know, here we are, how many years later, and still doing the same thing, and kids sending our kids overseas to die, and that's something that really strikes a chord in me. So, but they can check out that song and the record. It's today. It comes out in Walmarts all across the country. I'm pretty excited about that.
That is very, very cool. And I still want you to play another tune. Are you willing to play another tune?
Absolutely.
Here? All right. But before we get into that, I want to get into a story about Fort McMurray, because when you and I were talking earlier, you said you cut your teeth here, and you actually had a bit of a run-in at the oil can. I'll let you talk about this story. This is funny.
Okay, well, picture it here. 19 years old, peach fuzz mustache and braces and mullet. I had an awesome mullet. Still kind of have a bit of a mullet.
I was going to say, is that a requirement to be in the Road Hammers? That she's had to have mullets?
Have a mullet. Yeah, exactly. And we're playing the oil can, and I thought we had made it. You know, this is it. I played in a band at the time called the Moonshine Bandits, and we had this van and a horse trailer with all our gear in it. At end of Saturday night, you know, as usual, you got to load out all your gear. And there's all kinds of people that are just drunk in the parking lot hanging outside the bar. And I'm trying to back out my truck, and I'm looking out the mirror, and this guy comes over and he's like, "Hey, man, can you handle it? Can you handle it?" And I looked at him like, "Of course I can handle it, but you're in the way. Get out of the way." And I look back in the mirror, and he just up and right through the window, he just punched me right in the face. So I was about to get out, and my guitar player, who's a lot older than me, he's like, "Stay in the van. It's just ignore him. Just leave him alone." I'm like, "You punched me in the face." So, you know, I go back to my mirror, and I'm backing up again, and he comes up and he punches me again right in the face. Oh. I'm like, you know what? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. So I got out of the car, and next thing you know, I'm Jordan Tutu, and we're going at it, and the staff are in the bar, and you know how it has all the windows in the front, and they're looking out, and they're going, "Oh, hey, look, a fight in the parking lot. Oh, it's the singer." And they all come running out. But, yeah, needless to say, I earned my bar back bouncer stripes that night. They gave me an oil can bouncer T-shirt, and I got a flat nose.
Well, there you go, and it's repaired quite nicely now. I got to say, yes. There you go. You're going to sing another song, and we're going to talk about the new CD still coming up. You're all good for that still?
Yeah, as long as you'll have me in here. Hey, I got to give a shout out though to my buddies out at OJ there today. They're listening in. We're going to tuning in. Lee and Claude and all the gang there.
So you're actually out here doing a little bit of work.
Yeah, man, I'm hanging out with the crew down at Suncor.
All right, that's very cool. So more with Clayton Bellamy here on Country 93.3. Don't go away. It's 8:49. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I went to the Cadillac Lounge in Toronto to see my buddy Josh McCumber, who opened up for you for the big kind of Canadian Music Week that was there, and I really enjoyed. Josh said it was really good. Then you came out with I have to say the bearded ones.
Yes, my band, the Bearded Ones. They're called the Flash Lightning.
The Flash Lightning? Yeah. Super good guys. I mean, they were really, really good. And you came out and said, "Who wants to hear some country music?" And you held your guitar up and started wailing on it. And I was like, man, this guy really has got it all. Like you got the look, you got the sound, you had the band. It was just absolutely perfect, man. It was just a moment. It was one of those, this is why I like country music.
You know, you can't get past just having a packed house full of people who are ready to listen to great music, and that always gets me going, especially when you can crank it up loud, and you know,
oh yeah,
it makes it for a lot of fun, a fun evening.
All right, now you're going to play a little guitar for us here again?
Yeah, I'd like to play another song off the record. This is one I wrote with a good friend of mine, Willie Mack. It's actually on the new record, and he actually put it on his record a few years back. It's called Love Like That. There you have it.
There you go. Boom, it's done. I'm over. That is Clayton Bellamy on the Country 93.3 Morning Show. Clayton was nice enough to bring in a couple of his CDs that are available at Walmart. It's being released today at Walmart stores all across Canada. First two people called in, 790-0933. You want to autograph up a couple of those CDs?
Absolutely. Call in.
All right, so there you go. Give me a call, 790-0933. First two callers getting an autographed CD from Clayton Bellamy. And once again, man, thank you so much. Like, I know you're up here working and you're really busy, especially, you're doing the music thing. You're not living in Fort McMurray. Thank you so much for stopping in, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Jerry.
There you go. That is Clayton Bellamy. Here's Country 93.3 News.